Hello everyone. Today we need to do another lab, and today we're doing lab number 7.3.2.4 packet tracer troubleshooting standard IP version 4 ACLs access control lists. So lab number 7.3.2.4, let's open it up. Okay, 7.3.2.4. Okay, and we have this packet tracer PKA. Okay, open it up. Access control lists. Okay, cancel that. Okay, here is our topology window. Okay, real time. This is our instruction window. Okay, and we're gonna have the topology window. There it is. Okay, so let's see. First of all, this particular lab has some mislabeling, and it's going to be all the way confusing for you. So I'm giving you a precaution first, giving you a caveat that the way it is done, right now it's written, it's all, label is all wrong. This is not L1, this is not S1, this is not server 1. This one is not LAN 1. Its IP address is not 10.0.0.8. It's going to be very confusing. So I would like to fix those labels first, because when we are going to be tasked like this one, say server 1's IP address should be what? 10 dot. L1, its IP address is gonna be should be the 10 dot. Even there it's wrong. LAN 1, L1 is all in the LAN 1. L1 and server 1, they are in the LAN 1. Okay, and they should be all 10 dot. So right there is 10 dot, like server 1. So L1 should be 10 dot also. This is also wrong. L2 should be 172, like server 2 should be 172. So L2 should be 172 right there, also wrong. So it's all mixed up, confusing everything. So I want you to do some correction on the labeling first before we can get started. So let's do this way. It's going to help us. So here is the label button right here. So I click on the label button. Each time I have to click on the label button, and here it says LAN. This one is actually LAN 1. Okay, first of all, how do I know? Okay, see, the LAN 1 should be what? 10.0.0.0.8. So let's see what this one has, what kind of IP address this one has. See, if I put my mouse here, it already shows IP address. IP address is 10.0.0.2. So it's 10 dot is right here. What about the server one? Let's place the mouse, it shows 10 dot. Okay, so how about the S3? Shows everything is 10 dot in here. Okay, so now therefore this is the LAN 1, and this one L2, let's see what LAN this one is. So I'm going to put the mouse on it, and I see 192.168. So that should be LAN 3, 192.168, because see, LAN 3 is 192.168. So so to summarize it, not to confuse you, just follow me. Click on the label. This one is LAN 1, L1. So I'm going to click on this LAN 1, type LAN 1, enter, and then I'm going to type that 10.0.0.0/8. Okay, so now that becomes LAN 1. Good. And then this will be server 1. So I'm going to, again, each time I'm going to go here, click on the label, and click on this server 1, a little bit up on server 1. So I'm going to say SERVER1, and keep on changing the labels like that. Again, click on the label, come back here, and this should be S1. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and change it. It's going to be easier. S1. Okay, then label, I click on a little bit upper than the L3, that's makes it, so that should be L1. See, everything here is 1. I changed this one, that is LAN 1, and everything is 1 here, server 1, S1, L1. Okay, let's do, this is going to be the LAN 2. Okay, this is going to be 172, because if you click on here, put the mouse on top of it, it shows the IP address is 172. See, IP address is 172, that's the LAN 2. So change, click on the label, click on here, LAN 2. That is going to be LAN 2, enter. The address is 172.16.0.0/16. Okay, so that's the LAN 2. Okay, and this should be the L2 in that case, L2. This should be the S2, and that should be server 2. So everything here is 2, SERVER 2. Okay, good. And this side then is this going to be LAN 3. LAN 3 is 192.168. So let's put our mouse right here and see 192.168 IP address. That is LAN 3. So click on the label again, LAN 3, LAN 3, enter. 192.168.0.0 and then slash 24. Okay, that's the LAN 3. Okay, and then you have again label should be S3, label should be server 3, and then label should be L3. Okay, that's it. So we have changed the labeling. So this is LAN 1 now, this is LAN 2, this is LAN 3. Okay, having said that, the labels are fixed. Now we need to go on and let's see, this one right here is gigabit 0 0, because we know that the LAN 1 10 dot is the gigabit 0 0. Okay, 172.16, that's the gigabit 0 1, and 192.168, that's the gigabit 0 2. So in that case, this is the LAN 1 gigabit 0 0, LAN 2 and LAN 3 is gigabit 0 2. Okay, so LAN 1, so this is gigabit 0 0 on right here, this one is gigabit 0 1 on the LAN 2, and LAN 3 would be gigabit 0 2. Okay, for the routers interfaces, because all mislabeled, so we want to clarify that. But now the label is good as it's showing. Okay, now scenario, the network is meant to have the following 3 policies implemented. Okay, number 1, do not allow hosts from LAN 1 10.0.0.0.8 network to access the LAN 2. Okay, so what they want us to do? Do not allow host from LAN 1. So where is my LAN 1? Here is my LAN 1. So nobody, no computer from this LAN 1 should be able to access the LAN 2, that network, and permit all other. That's the first thing. Second thing they want us to do, the host, one particular computer, the one particular host L2 in LAN 2, do not allow, and again do not allow the host L2 to network access to the LAN 3. Okay, so L2, where is my L2 now? Now that I have the correct labels, this L2 should not be allowed to access the LAN 3. This is the LAN 3. Okay, so this particular computer, this one host L2, this laptop should not be allowed, should be restricted from accessing the LAN 3, the entire LAN of this one. That's my second goal. What is my third goal? Only permit host L3 in LAN 3 to access to the LAN 1. Okay, only permit host L3 in LAN 3. So L3, this is my L3 right here. Only this one should be allowed to access LAN 1. No other. Only this L3 should have the access to LAN 1. Here is LAN 1. So for this LAN right here, LAN 1, nobody should be able to access this one LAN 1 except this one laptop L3 right here. These are the three things. Okay, fine. Now no other restrictions should be in place. Unfortunately, the rules that have been implemented are not working correctly. Okay, unfortunately the rules that have been created are not working correctly. Okay, let's see. Your task is to find and fix the errors related to the access lists on R1. So something is wrong with those access lists that have been created. Okay, to attain full marks in this lab, it is best to remove and re-enter access lists. It is also best to remove and re-enter any invalid IP access group command. Okay, fine, we're going to do that way. Okay, do not allow hosts from LAN 1. So first one, part 1, troubleshoot ACL issue 1, access control list issue number 1. And that is, do not allow the LAN 1 to access the LAN 2. Permit all others. Let's do that one. Step 1. As you perform the following task, compare the results to what you would expect from ACL. So what is the LAN 1 again? This is the LAN 1. So no computer from this LAN 1 should be able to access this other one, LAN 2. Okay. Now using L1, open the command prompt and ping the server 2 command. As expected, the pings should not be successful. Okay, so using the L1, this laptop from LAN 1, I will try to ping the server 2 that's in the LAN 2. The L1 should not be able to access the server 2 because nobody from this LAN should be able to access the server 2. However, the next step would be using the L3, laptop 3 right here, open the command prompt and also ping. The ping should be successful. Okay, but obviously that is not the case. Something is wrong. It's not happening that way. So let's check. Step 1, I'm going to go to the L1. I'm here, desktop, command prompt. So I'm going to ping. Notice that it says ping then -t, okay, or -t. What is that for? You really don't have to do this T at all. Okay, just type ping 172.16.255.254. That should be good enough. But if you are curious, what does the T do? Well, ping, the command ping has many different options that you can use. Just for your, just to teach you, just to share this information with you. You can use, if you want to, you can use the T. Okay, let me give you an example. If I go to the command prompt, I type ping, P-I-N-G, ping, and then say / enter. That will tell you that all the options that I can use with ping. See, one of them is T. T is an option. What does the T mean? Ping the specified host until stopped, meaning if you use the T, then your computer is going to continue to ping and continue to ping until you stop the ping. And to stop the ping, you type Control-C. Okay, so that's what they're telling you. But you just could do just a regular ping. Okay, just for your curiosity, first time I'm going to do just ping T. So ping and then -T. I'll do that for you. Okay, and then 172.16.255.254. Let's do that ping. 172.16.255.254. Okay, and then again, whose IP address is it? Here I am, where I am at. Don't use this. Don't think of this label L3. That's not the L3. Remember, I'm in the L1 actually. That's where I am. I'm trying to go to this server 2, and the server 2 is having this 172.16 that address. So 172.16, that's the server of this one right here, this network. So I'm trying to ping from here, from L1 to all the way to server 2. I'm trying to ping from LAN 1 to LAN 2. Let's see what happens. Okay, destination unreachable, and it's going to continue on and continue on and continue on because I used the switch or option T. Okay, so I'm going to type Control-C. to stop. Control C. That's what it does with T. But next pings, I'm not going to do this T unnecessarily. I don't have to do that. Okay. So now, so I see that destination is unreachable. I could not ping. How about, so this is good. That part is good, because this LAN should not be allowed to access the server 2. Then what's wrong? Let's try, but other LANs like LAN 3 should be able to access the server 2. So let's try from this computer, from L3. Okay, let's see, it can or cannot. Okay, let's from the L3 right here. I'm going to do the same thing. Ping 172.16.255.254. Okay, 255 is okay in the 255 is okay in the IP address, as long as not the very last one. At the very last you couldn't have 255. Remember that. In the middle here 255 is okay. Okay, but in here if you do 255, that won't have any broadcast address. So we're good. Okay. Okay. Ping still says destination unreachable. Oopsie. So that is wrong. That should not have happened. This laptop should have access to go to the LAN 2. L1 should not, which is right, but this L3 should be able to. Like from LAN 3 you should be able to. So let's check what's wrong, what's going on. Okay, and then view the running configuration of R1. I'm going to do that. Okay, so I'm going to go right here. I'm in the router R1. Enable. Okay, I'm in the privileged exec mode. Okay, what they're telling us that examine the access list, deny LAN 1. So there is an access list, deny LAN 1. I have to examine it and its placement on the interfaces. Is there any statement in this list that permits or denies traffic to other networks? Are the statements in the correct order? Is the access list configured on the correct interface? So I have to check everything, whether the access list has been written correctly, the lines inside the access list, are they in the correct order, and then also whether this access list has been placed on the correct interface and in the correct direction. Okay, I'll check all of those. Okay. So let's look at the show run. SHOWRUN show run. That's my running config. And I'm going to do spacebar, spacebar, spacebar all the way down. Now let's go up. Okay. First of all, let's understand this. In order to deny this LAN 1 access to the LAN 2, where the access list should be, this LAN 2 is connected to this gigabit 01 interface. This one is a gigabit 01 interface. Okay, so and that should be in the outbound. That should be the outbound traffic, because the traffic comes here, goes to the router. The traffic could go this way, traffic could go that way. So only when traffic goes towards the LAN 2, that traffic should be stopped. So it should be out from the router. When it wants to go out to here, that should be outbound on this interface, gigabit 01. So let's check what is in the outbound of gigabit 01. Okay. And also I know that this is gigabit 01 because why do I know this is actually gigabit 00, this is gigabit 01? Because this 172.16, that network is gigabit, that network is on gigabit 00. Okay, LAN 2, no, gigabit 01. So if I place the mouse right here, it shows that 172.16 is on gigabit Ethernet 01. If you see on my screen, on gigabit 01 is 172.16, that network. Okay, so that is gigabit 01 interface. So let's look at the router now. What is my gigabit 01 interface? Here is my gigabit 01. Okay, and what access list is there? IP access group deny LAN 1 outbound. That is correct. IP access group, this deny LAN 1, that's the name of the access list, and it is placed outbound. That is correct. Now I'm going to go inside that access list, and I would like to see whether that access list has been written correctly. So I'm going to look at whatever the access list deny LAN 1, that one is. Access list deny LAN 1. Right here. IP access list standard deny LAN 1. Let's see what is inside that access list. It says deny the network 10.0.0.0 with the wildcard mask 0.255.255.255. Good, that is correct. So it's going to only deny this 10 dot network. This 0 means it's going to match the first number, and other 3 numbers will be ignored. So anything starts with 10 will match this and will be denied. Okay, but then after that it says deny any. So that means this one network will be denied, and all other network, anybody will be denied as well. That is where it's wrong. It should have permit any, meaning deny only this network and then permit all others. So that's where it's wrong right here. Okay, deny any, that should not be, that should be permit any. And after that, deny any is at the very end will be always there, invisible. I don't have to worry about that. So again, what is wrong with it is deny this network, that's correct, but then after that it should be permit any. That's the only way you will be able to allow other traffics other than this network. Okay, so let's correct that. The name of this access list is IP access list, deny LAN 1. Okay, what is the command that I have to type? I have to type IP access list standard deny LAN 1. Okay, so I'm going to do that. I'm going to go to the config mode, CONFIGT. Okay, I'm in the global config mode. I'm going to type IP ACC tab access list standard, just type ST tab. Okay, IP access list standard, and then deny LAN 1. It has to be exactly the way it is. Oh, but the instruction says that to get the full marks, it is best to remove the access list and then recreate the access list. Oopsie, that much. Okay, I'll do that. So I'm going to remove the access list. So I'm going to start with no. Okay, look, what I could do, I could actually copy and paste even, right here. How to do that? Just use this line right here, IP access group. That is the command exactly. I'm going to just use a no in the front. So I highlight it and I click on copy right here. Don't use the Control C, Control V. That's going to be all messed up in the Cisco, in the packet tracer. It doesn't work Control V, Control C. So I click on copy, and then I come here, no. I first type no, and then I type paste. Okay, so then I am actually negating that access list altogether. That access list is no longer there. Okay, now I'm going to recreate that access list and write it correctly. Okay, so this time I'm going to just go that's the up arrow key and go all the way with the left arrow. Make sure that don't click with the mouse click like that. That doesn't work. Okay, you have to just go with the left arrow key, left arrow all the way to, or left and right arrow key. That works. Okay, and here I don't need that no anymore. Now IP access list standard. So now I'm actually creating that access list again. Enter. Now this access list has been created. Now I have to write those lines. What are the lines? First I have to deny this one network. Fine, I'll do that. Copy, highlight there, deny this 10 dot network, copy, and I'm going to click here paste that, deny that network. Good. And then after that I have to write permit any, PERMIT, permit any. That is important. That was missing. Okay, so that now that I have done it, it should work, because look, I just my point became 33%. Looks like 1/3 of it is done. Permit any. So now it should be good. So I'm going to type end to get out of here, just to see that access list. Okay, and so I'm in the privileged exec mode. I'm going to type show. I can do show run, of course, again, but I can do also show access lists. Okay, show access lists, enter. Now look at the LAN 1. This is deny LAN 1, that one is there. Now on that one I changed inside. I did this deny this one network and then permit any. Now it should be good. Okay, now I can do the same kind of test and check. Now this LAN 1 should be still denied, so L1, but L3 I should be able to get into the server, ping the server. Let's check. L1, I'm in the, this is the L1, so be careful. So click on it, this is the L1. Even though it says L3 on the top, don't worry about that. This is L1, this is my label. Okay, ping, and that is gonna be, that server is 172.16.255.254. Destination unreachable. Yes, this network should be denied, which is okay. But how about from this one, from this L3 of mine? Let's do that one, and I can just do up arrow key, that ping, same thing. Okay, enter. This one it should be able to ping. Okay, timed out, reply. So now it's replying. Okay, so it is replying. Good. So that one problem is fixed. Let's go to the point number 2. Okay, step 2. Troubleshoot the ACL issue number 2. And what is the issue? Do not allow host L2 in LAN 2. So L2 is located in LAN 2 170. Okay, where is the L2? Right here. That's my new label. L2 is this one. Okay, network access to the LAN 3. So permit all others access. That means only this one computer, this L2, should not be allowed to get into the LAN 3. Okay, all other computers from this LAN 2 and from LAN 1, everybody should be permit all basically on this LAN 3. Okay, let's check. Again, using the L2, try to ping. Using the server 2, try to ping. Okay, so I'm going to try to ping from L2 first. L2 should not be allowed. So desktop L2, command prompt, ping, and ping what? 192.168.0.254. 192.168.0.254. So L2 should not be allowed. That's what I'm in right now. But it is being allowed. It was able to reply. It got the reply. But it should not be allowed. Okay. How about I do from something from like L1, from this one to L3, to that same LAN 3 network. From here, I'm going to do ping, 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 and that same 192.168.0.254. Destination unreachable. 192.168.0.254. 192 right here. 168.0.254. Okay, destination unreachable. So from here I was not able to get into this server, but L2 could. What's wrong? It should be the opposite. L2 should not be allowed and L1 should be allowed. So let's look at it. So which interface is this? LAN 3. LAN 3 is gigabit 02. Gigabit 02. Let's check what access list is there, and that access list should be outbound to go into the LAN 3. So let's check on gigabit 02 what access list is there. So go to the show run. In the running config, gigabit 02 interface, gigabit ethernet 02, that interface, what access list is there? That's called deny L2 in the outbound. So outbound is okay, that's good. So deny L2, that access list is there. I need to see inside of this deny L2 access list to see if inside everything written correctly. Okay, so let's go and check deny L2. Deny L2, that's the access list. Oh, interesting. It says permit any. That is wrong. If you already say permit any, then everybody is going to be permitted. Anybody and everybody is going to match this first line, and everybody will be able to just get in. Then deny host L2, this one, that should be before this permit any line. That's the problem. If you already said permit any, then anybody and everybody is already permitted. That's it. So it's just in the wrong order it has been done. So deny should be first, then should be permit. Remember that. So whoever you want to deny, let's deny that first, that one host L2. So let's edit that access list. Well, they told us not to edit. Editing would be much easier, but they are saying that completely remove this access list and then recreate. Okay, I'll do that. So I'm gonna copy this line, IP access list. That's the command exactly took. Okay, copy. So I'm gonna go here, global config mode, conf t, okay, and I'm gonna say no, use the word no to remove that access list and paste. So I'm gonna have no IP access list standard denial. So that access list has been removed. Now I'm gonna recreate it without the no. Okay, so I'm gonna just simply do the paste, and then this time I didn't type the no. So I'm creating the access list, same access list over again. So I created it. Now I am in the access list mode. So now I have to write the deny host, that one. Deny host, this L2, that is the one I'm working on. So which host? This host, 172.16.02. So I got to control of C. So sorry, cannot do control. I have to do, okay, I have to do the copy and paste those things. Okay, so right here, highlight and copy. So I'm gonna deny that, paste, deny this one host L2, enter. Then I'm gonna type permit all or permit any. That's easy. Permit any. Then any others will be permitted. Okay, enter. That should fix it. And look, I have this completion point now 66. So second one looks like it's done. So I'm going to type end to get out of there. end, get out of there. Okay, and then I'm going to go ahead now, ping one more time and to see whether that is the case. So now L2 should be denied. Let's try again the same thing. L2, I'm going to do up arrow key, so ping 192.168.0.254, enter. Now destination unreachable. Yes, now L2 is being denied. Okay, before L2 was able to ping, and now it is denied. So now that one host is denied. How about this host? L1 should be able to go to that there. So let's check from here now. Check from here, ping 192.168.0.254. All other hosts, let's see, using the L2, open count. Okay, deny host. Okay, let's see, obviously it didn't go. Okay, let me try from the server, desktop, command prompt, ping 192.168.0.254. let's check. Okay, destination unreachable. It actually should have, now it should have access to let's see from the server too. How about that? Okay, and yeah, let's try desktop, command prompt, ping 192.168.0.254. yeah, okay, so L2 was denied, but server 2 is able to do that. Maybe something else is wrong. We're going to figure that out. Because I still have to do more troubleshooting. So far from L1 I was not able to go. From this network 2 I was not able to get into the LAN 3, but I should have. But I'm going to hold off to it, maybe something else I still have to fix for the third problem, and that may solve it. But what I found out though, from this network, L2 was denied, but server 2 was able to do. Good. Take note of that and move on to the third problem. Third problem. So only permit host number L3. So only the L3 right here in the LAN 3 network access the LAN 1. So this LAN 1, only the L3 is the only one that should have the access to the LAN 1, and nobody else should have the access. Okay. So let's see part 3. Using the L3, open the command prompt and ping 10.0.0.2 command. Okay. So I'm in the L3. This is my L3. Okay. And ping ping 10.0.0.2. Let's see what happens. Only this one should have the access, others should not. Request timed out. Request timed out. Okay, I could not. So nobody, so I could not. Actually, the L3 should have access to the LAN 1, this 10 dot network. And how about from L2? Let's see if L2 could do that. Using server 3, but I'll just follow the instruction, whatever it says over there. So I did the L3. Now use server 3 and see what happens. Okay, I'll use from the server 3. Okay, ping ping and the same thing 10.0.0.2 and see what happens. Timed out. Okay, let it time out, and I'm gonna read more here. Okay, now view the running configuration of on R1. Examine the permit L3, that ACL. Okay, we're going to check on the ACL whether the correct direction, on the correct interface, whether it's written correctly. I'm going to check all of those. That is the permit L3, that access control list. Okay, all. So nobody could get into this 10 dot network. Fine. So let's look at the running config again. What is the permit L3? Only we have to permit that L3 laptop. Okay. It says permit host 192.168.0.2. Okay, that's correct. That's the L3. L3's IP address. Here's my L3. Its IP address should be 192. Okay, it's gonna probably say right here if I just put the mouse here. Yeah, 192.168.0.2. Yeah, that should be permitted. So let's go back again. 192.168.0.2. Yes, permit host. So it is written correctly. And deny all other. I don't have to say that, because remember at the very end of every access list there is a deny any. That is always there. Invisible line. So if I did not write whoever is permitted, everybody else is denied anyway. So that's fine. Just this one line should do. But is this access list applied to the correct interface and in the correct direction? Let's check that. So this one should be gigabit 00 on gigabit 00 interface, should be outbound. Okay, this is the gigabit 00 interface of the router, and it should be outbound to this way. Outbound should go to the LAN 1. So let's go to the, let's look at all the gigabit 00. Here is the gigabit 00. Okay, IP access group permit L3 in should be outbound. That's what the problem. IP access group permit L3, that's my access list, but it should be outbound. Okay, from the router it has to go out to the LAN 1. Okay, so I have to correct that. So I'm going to go to this interface gigabit Ethernet 00, and then no IP access group permit L3. Okay, I'll do that. So I'm gonna copy this one, IP access group permit L3, that access group, and just copy right here. So let's go back. I'm not going to paste that yet. I'm going to go to global config mode, config T. I'm in the global config mode. I have to go to that interface now, int interface G gigabit Ethernet 00. I'm in the correct interface now. Now I have to remove that access group from there. Access list, to apply the access list to an interface, we use the access group command. Okay, so I'm going to type no first and then paste that, or I can type it up, no IP access group permit L3. I can just type it up, or I can just copy it. So there will be no access list in there. Oh, sorry. Then I have to do in or out. So I'm going to see the question mark. I'm going to put a question mark here, and you'll see either in or out I have to put. So right now there was in, so I'm going to say in. So no in, that is done. This time I'm going to put out. Okay, so I'm not going to say no anymore. I'm going to type paste again. So IP access group permit L3 space. This time I'm going to say outbound, out. Now it's done, and look at my completion became 100%. Okay, so now I'm going to go ahead and verify. So that was the reason that there was some problem from the L1. Originally I was not able to go into the L3 also before, because of this thing was out inbound. That's why. Okay, now let's verify. Only the L3, only that laptop should be able to go to this LAN. Okay, so I'm gonna do that ping again, ping 10.0.0.2 from the L3. So here I am in the L3. I'm going to do ping just to verify. My point is done. 10.0.0.2. See, now I'm getting reply. Okay, but any other should not be allowed. So how about if I do from the server machine? That server machine should not be able to go there. So in the server machine, I do now ping the same thing, destination unreachable. Yep, so other machine should not be able to do. So everything is done. So looks like to me we have all goodly done. So we have our point 100%. So at this point, I just want to tell you that this lab is done. It was confusing because all it was not your fault is mislabeled by the Cisco NetAttack. They need to fix these things. All confusing. Okay. So, but go ahead and now that I have done it for you, you go ahead and save it, and be sure to save. And then let me put my flash drive in there also, and I'll save myself as well. Okay. Okay. Now I hope to see you again today. I'm going to do one more lab at least today, so I'm going to come back maybe in another half an hour, 1 hour sometimes. So I'll catch you again today later on, my friends. Okay, until then, just relax and take rest, and we'll see you back today. Let's see where I have to go to end the stream.